always starts the same. You sit down for just a moment. You tell yourself, I'll only check my phone for 5 minutes just to relax. But 5 minutes melt into 30 into an hour. Then 2, then the night has vanished, and you can't even remember what you consumed. You don't remember the videos, the posts, the comments. All you remember is that empty, sick feeling when you finally look up and realize that the night is gone. It didn't just happen once, it happens almost every day. And it's not an accident. The system was built to trap you. Social media is not entertainment. It is a machine designed to keep your eyes glued to the screen for as long as possible. Psychologists call it variable reward. Like a slot machine, you never know what the next scroll will give you. Maybe something funny, maybe shocking, maybe meaningless. That unpredictability is the hook. Your brain keeps pulling the lever, desperate for the next reward, unable to stop. You think you are choosing, but the choice has already been made for you. And every scroll carries a cost. Not just the hours you lose, but the rewiring of your own brain. Your focus, the ability to sit still, to think deeply, to create, is eaten away. Slowly, silently, your mind is trained to demand only cheap dopamine. Instant hits of pleasure instead of real achievement. You stop chasing meaning and you chase stimulation instead. The thief doesn't just take your time. It takes the person you could have been, the life you could have built, and replaces it with emptiness. The longer you stay in this loop, the weaker your ability to focus becomes. Think about it. When was the last time you sat in silence, without reaching for your phone? When was the last time you read without checking notifications every few minutes? This constant distraction doesn't just steal time, it damages the part of your brain responsible for attention and discipline. The scroll trap is not harmless entertainment. It is a threat to your safety. But not every thief hides inside a screen. Some of them wear familiar faces. The so-called friend who never grows, never changes, but always complains. They call you to talk about problems they'll never solve. They pull you into gossip, into drama, into cycles that go nowhere. And before you notice, hours of your life are consumed by conversations that leave you drained and empty. Psychologists call this emotional contagion. Just like a virus, emotions spread between people. If you spend your time with the bitter, the negative, the lazy, you will absorb their mindset. Their fear becomes your fear. Their hopelessness becomes your hopelessness. You begin to think like them, act like them, and finally become them. Without realizing it, you are carrying someone else's poison in your own veins. Think back on your life. How many days have you lost to people who gave you nothing but complaints? How many nights did you waste listening to stories that didn't matter? Promises that were never kept, anger that never faded. That time is gone. And here's the hardest truth. Toxic people don't just waste your energy. They infect your future. Every second with them is a seed planted, and what grows from it is not yours, but theirs. Some thieves are easier to spot. Others are far more subtle. One of the deadliest is fake productivity. It feels safe, even satisfying. You make lists. You answer emails. You clean, organize, shuffle papers. It all feels like movement, like work. But deep down, you know it is an illusion. You are busy, but not building. You are moving, but not forward. Psychologists call it the busy trap. The feeling of activity tricks your brain into believing you're making progress. But in truth, you're just spinning a wheel. Like a hamster running endlessly, but arriving nowhere. The days blur together. You feel exhausted, but strangely unfulfilled. Because you haven't advanced toward anything real. You've only been running in circles, confusing exhaustion for achievement. Busyness is a drug, and the high is temporary. It numbs the guilt of wasting your life. For a moment you feel important, productive, but when the day ends, you know the truth. Nothing meaningful has been accomplished. You checked boxes, but you did not change your future. And the scariest part, you can live your entire life inside this illusion, mistaking movement for progress until the years are gone. The most dangerous thief of all is emptiness, the absence of priorities. When you don't know where you're going, every distraction becomes tempting. Another video, another game, another night wasted. You tell yourself you'll figure it out later, but later becomes years. And in the meantime, you've drifted so far that you barely recognize yourself. This is called decision fatigue. Every day, your brain only has so much energy to make choices. When you waste it on meaningless decisions, what to watch, what to eat, who to follow, you drain yourself before reaching the ones that matter. By the time the big choices appear, you are already too tired to face them. And so you choose nothing. You avoid, you delay, you drift. And this is how decades are lost. Not in one giant mistake, but in thousands of small wasted days. You never notice it happening. You think you'll start tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. One day you wake up older and realize that the time to act is gone, that the shadow of the person you could have been has followed you, and you are left hollow. Do you see the pattern now? These traps are not random. They form a system. One distraction feeds into another. The scroll trap weakens your focus. Toxic people drain your energy. Fake productivity convinces you that you're still moving. And the lack of priorities ensures you stay lost forever. Together, they form a prison that requires no walls. You scroll because it's easy. You stay with toxic people because it's familiar. You hide in fake work because it feels safe. You avoid priorities because they're uncomfortable. Every piece fits together. Every distraction reinforces the next. And the system smiles as you quietly waste your life, 1 second at a time. This is the bigger picture. They don't just waste your hours. They waste you. They steal the only life you will ever have. And when you finally look back, when you finally see the years behind you, the most terrifying truth will hit you. The thief was never outside. The thief was always inside your choices. Here is the truth. Time does not forgive. Every wasted day is gone forever. No apologies. No second chances. The clock is merciless. It doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It simply keeps moving forward, taking your life with it. But you are not powerless. You can break the cycle. You can rip the chains apart. You don't need to do everything. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to choose differently. To guard your hours. To fight for your focus. To walk away from the traps that devour your future. Guard it like treasure. Because in the end, your life will not be remembered by the days you wished for, but by the hours you used well. The sum of your choices will either build a future or bury it, and the clock is still ticking.